The European Union, France, and Germany are all banding together to condemn the U.S.'s visa bans on European citizens who say they're trying to combat online hate and disinformation. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced those bans yesterday. They target 5 specific individuals. One of them is former European Commissioner Thierry Breton. Journalist Will Denslow has more on why the U.S. issued those controversial bans and the reaction to it.
Well, Mark, we've heard directly from US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who describes these people included in this travel ban, this visa ban, as being ideologues that essentially are seeking to punish American viewpoints that don't agree with their own, including those marked by the Trump administration. There are several individuals who work in spaces that seek to crack down on hate speech and disinformation online. And as well, as you mentioned, Mark, Thierry Breton, the former European Commissioner, who really helped to a large extent shape the digital rulebook here in the European Union that, of course, several US tech giants have been embroiled in and have faced large, substantial fines for not adhering to those rules, really taking the ire from both Silicon Valley and the Trump administration. Of course, so often with these things, timing is everything. Just a few weeks ago, the European Commission fined X to the tune of roughly $140 million for not complying with one of these digital rulebook acts. And we've also heard from the US trade representative saying that the Trump administration would use any means necessary to stop the EU clamping down on some of those big US tech firms. So it seems that the Trump administration is starting to deliver on that threat. Mark?
And Will, how do people in Europe feel about all this?
Well, we've had a strong response, as you might imagine, from several EU leaders. We've heard from the bloc's top diplomat, Kaja Kallas, who says that this is unacceptable from the United States. She says this is an attempt to undermine European sovereignty. We've also heard from Emmanuel Macron, the French president, saying he stands in solidarity. He has thanked Thierry Breton for his services to Europe in the past. He says that France and the EU will stand up against pressure. He says that they will ensure the independence and freedom of Europeans. So strong words there from the French president. We've also heard from Thierry Breton directly, who's questioned whether this was the return to Cold War era of McCarthyism in the US, and insinuating that ideas, notions of censorship might be misplaced. Mark?
That's journalist Will Denslow in Brussels. This is CBC News Network. We'll be back.